Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with the post-game fan reaction of the Oilers' 5-4 loss to the Colorado Avalanche. I look a little sweaty. I probably look a little exhausted. I just finished up a live stream where we did some commentary and we watched the whole game together. So if you were part of the live stream, thank you so much. If you weren't, that's totally okay. I'll be doing more live streams in the future. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the little bell so that you're always notified of my uploads. And why do I look so exhausted? Why am I so sweaty? Well, this team's exhausting sometimes. And I feel like the team feels that they're exhausting too. I think this team right now, they are exhausted. In a vacuum, this game is annoying. This game is awful. It's stupid. The goaltending's not good enough. Bouchard sucked. McDavid sucked. Draisaitl was good though. We're happy with Draisaitl. We'll give Draisaitl a little heart. We love Draisaitl. We love Corey Perry, right? Corey Perry's goals 4/60 just absolutely skyrockets tonight. He scored 2 goals in about 10 minutes of time on ice. Listen, Oilers fans and Avs fans, if you're tuning in. By the way, Avs, GG's. You got some offensive firepower that I probably don't want to go up against in the first round. So if you could go ahead and take over the Central Division, that would be really great because I really don't want Edmonton to face you as a wild card team. So please, Avs, just take care of business in the Central for me. They're probably not catching Winnipeg. So the Oilers, I don't know, man. Do we want to win the Pacific now? There's so many questions. There's so many unanswered questions of how this season is going to go. The Oilers have about 7 games left before the trade deadline. They have 2 weeks off as they head into the Four Nations break, and this team needs the 2 weeks off. You could feel it tonight. You can see it. You can see it on Knobloch's face. You can see it on the players' faces. The Edmonton Oilers are exhausted, and they're sick. They're tired, and it's no excuse to lose a hockey game that you had no business losing because I thought the Oilers... This was a winnable game. And it all starts with your goalies in the first period. Mr. Stuart Skinner, I have seen the light. I saw the light last weekend against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I made a video on the Oilers goaltending situation. Calvin Pickard came in relief in the second. He played admirably. It's a tough position to put him in when the team in front wasn't doing a very good job, but the goaltending wasn't doing a good job either. Stuart Skinner gave up 3 goals on 11 shots in that first period, and it's frustrating because at minimum, I feel like the Oilers should have been up 2-1 after the first. It was 3-2 Colorado after the first. It was one of those wild games where you're just kind of like, wow, like, is anyone going to figure this out? Like, are any goalies going to make a save? Because Blackwood, I didn't feel played an amazing game either, personally. That's just my personal opinion. But Blackwood has more of an excuse than the Oilers do because Blackwood was literally playing the second half of a back-to-back after he played the first half of a back-to-back. And for the Edmonton Oilers, there was one player in particular in front of the goaltenders that I was very upset with and not happy with. And it wasn't just Evan Bouchard, who I thought had maybe his worst game as an Edmonton Oiler. I'm not going to beat around the bushes here. Bouchard was stinky poopy. But Connor McDavid, I think, had one of his worst efforts I think I've ever seen. And, you know, I know they're thinking of that Four Nations, thinking of, representing your country, but there's still a hockey game to play. There's the one specific goal that I want to talk about, and it's the go-ahead goal for the Avs. Watch McDavid here. He is at the blue line. Just take a look at what happens here. I'm not saying this is the reason why Edmonton lost, but if I'm going to be fair and call out the goalies, if I'm going to call out Bouchard, if I'm going to call out the special teams, the penalty kill, whatever the case is, I also have to be fair when Edmonton's best players are not their best players. And Connor McDavid tonight was far from their best player. In fact, I would argue that he was detrimental to the entire team tonight when he was on the ice, which doesn't happen often, right? You know, this doesn't happen often, but it happened on a night where you really wish your team could have come out on top. But take a look at how McDavid plays the game-winning goal. The puck comes to Hyman. Hyman tries to throw a pass down to McDavid at the blue line. It misses, and that's okay. You know what? You still have Klingberg. Obviously gets by him. You have Ekholm. No worries. You have Ekholm putting back pressure on. You have Klingberg who's racing back as well. And then Hyman obviously recognized that his pass was shit, so he decided to skate back as well. You have 3 Oilers back checking, and you have Arvidsson over here You have McDavid on the half wall. What? Look at McDavid. He's not moving his feet. What are you doing, Connor? Look at him. Pickard makes a great save on MacKinnon. And this is where things should have, like, McDavid at this point should probably be around here. He should be like putting pressure where Necas is. And then the puck comes to MacKinnon. MacKinnon holds it. He passes it across the ice to Necas. Klingberg loses Necas in the slot. But McDavid, oh my good golly gosh, what the hell am I looking at here? I can't show the actual replay because I will get copyright striked. But just I'm just going to let this play. Watch how slow McDavid is compared to the rest of this play. And McDavid wasn't even on the ice that long. There's absolutely no excuse for this type of back check by Connor McDavid. He absolutely was the reason why Edmonton lost. Now, he's not the only reason Edmonton lost, right? Like he's not the only reason Edmonton lost. The Oilers lost this game in the first period, in my opinion, because the Oilers once again gave up 3 goals to the Colorado Avalanche. They were down heading into the second, and you can't keep playing down. They came back a couple times. They tied it a couple times. But, like, if you want to have success in the playoffs, you have to get a lead. You have to hold a lead. The Oilers tonight did not have a lead at any point. Their special teams were not good enough. Now, they did kill a 5-on-3 in the third, and I thought that was going to be the turning point. I was like, you know what? This is great. They killed a 5-on-3. Maybe they get the next power play. Maybe they get the next goal. They take the lead and they take this one home, and we're all laughing. That's not what happened. The refs decided after the Avs get a 5-on-3 to put their whistles away. And was it deserved? Probably not. I think Colorado got away with a couple hooks. I think they got away with a too many men on the ice call. But you can't overanalyze what the refs call and don't call. Otherwise, you're just going to have a headache. The Oilers had 4 power plays tonight. They went 2 for 4, which is great. 50%. Hey, that's wonderful. You love to see that. But the problem is they also gave one up on the power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal to Cale Makar in the second period. Evan Bouchard with the drop pass to McDavid. Now, during my live stream, I was sitting there. I was like, here's Bouchard skating up the ice. He's going to drop it back to McDavid. I said he's going to, which means he hadn't done it yet. And the Avs also knew that too, because they read that perfectly. They read it perfectly. They know. Teams know. They adjust. They know what's going on. For Evan Bouchard, he's got to be more aware of what's happening when he has the puck on the power play. That's a situation where he should have been able to just skate the puck up the ice, maybe get a zone entry, or just dump it in deep. He tries to drop it to McDavid. It's picked off. They give it to Makar. Makar skates in, beats Pickard over the glove. Is that why Edmonton lost? No. Is it a reason why? Yes. Special teams have not been nearly good enough for the Edmonton Oilers. I know the power play went 2 for 4, which, again, you love to see. Draisaitl scored on the power play in the first period, which, by the way, Draisaitl, we haven't even talked about Draisaitl hitting 40 goals. That's exciting, and I just elbowed the shit out of my desk. Draisaitl hit 40 goals. Let me just grab this card here. You have Draisaitl. This nice MVP signed card. Not actually signed. It's just like a printed signed card. I pulled this the other day. Leon scores 39, scores number 40. Unfortunately, Nathan MacKinnon does gain on him in the scoring race because MacKinnon had 4 points. Draisaitl had 2. I'm a selfish fan. I'm mad at the loss tonight because MacKinnon had 4 points against Edmonton and Draisaitl only had 2. If you're going to lose, go even, right? I know Draisaitl has some games in hand on Colorado that Draisaitl can, he can gain back those points. That's fine. I am happy that Draisaitl hit 40 goals on the season. I think that's terrific. In terms of overall play, not good enough. I know it's their third game in 4 nights. I know it's their third game in 4 nights in 3 different cities. For Colorado, it's the same thing. There's absolutely no excuse here. The goaltending situation in Edmonton is dire. It is, right? A lot of you are going to be sitting there going, well, leave Stu alone. Leave Pickard alone. I'm more lenient towards Calvin Pickard tonight just because of the situation that he was put into. He still made, 17 saves on 19 shots or something. Almost a 900 save percentage. Almost. He got super close to 900. Is that the benchmark, though? Is 900 the benchmark, folks? The Oilers lost because they had the second best goalies once again. Every single gosh darn night, the Edmonton Oilers have the second best goalie. I'm not going to freak out about it, but I'm just saying. I'm going to end things here before I go on an absolute tangent. So if you're tuning in, thank you so much for always tuning in. Even if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome in. Normally I'm not this animated. Normally I'm pretty level-headed, pretty calm. I'm pretty, I like to use logic. I like to use analytics. I like to just kind of keep things baseline, positive. We're a community of positivity here, but it is okay to be negative sometimes. We are allowed to be negative at this team's effort. We are allowed to be negative towards this team's best players. God, I wish I had a day after episode for tomorrow because there's a lot that I want to talk about with this team. I'm not going to have a day after episode tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have anything up tomorrow. I will likely have a video up on Sunday, Four Nations preview, but I will keep creating Oilers content because there is a lot to talk about with this team in terms of what is going wrong, what they need to improve, what they need to build on, and who they should be looking at acquiring at the trade deadline. Because right now, I know they're first in the Pacific, and you don't want to critique them too much. But this is a team that is on the verge of glory, and they're starting to dip. They're dipping at the wrong time here. I know 5 wins in their last 10 games doesn't seem awful, but it's the way they're losing. It's the way they're playing. It's the way they get down early in games. And for Stuart Skinner in first periods this season has a .872 save percentage in the first period. Yep. All season long. Could you imagine if you have it? Now that means he is playing at like a .920 save percentage in the second and third periods when he's playing, which is terrific. But this team cannot keep affording to go down as early as they do and as often as they do. I put out a poll on my live stream chat before the live stream even started. My player poll or my chat poll was, will Stuart Skinner give up a goal within the first 5 shots of the first period? Now, why would I even have a poll like that? That doesn't seem nice. That seems negative because it happens so regularly. I wanted to know. 31% of people that tuned in tonight said that Skinner would give up a goal within the first 5 shots. And lo and behold, on the 5th shot of the game for Colorado, he gave up a goal. And then he gave up another one. And then he gave up a third on the 11th shot of the game. Can't keep playing from behind. You can't keep playing when you dig yourself a hole. It's just not nearly good enough. Not good enough. We'll have much more to discuss with this team in a future video. For now, I'm going to leave you with this. Enjoy the 2-week break. Enjoy the Four Nations. I will have lots of Four Nations content. Don't worry. For those of you who are intrigued about the Four Nations, for those of you who are maybe on the fence, maybe you're not going to tune in, but maybe you just kind of want to watch some content creators, talk about it. I will be watching every single game. I will be doing daily recaps during the Four Nations. And I will likely do a couple streams for Team Canada. I'm going to be doing a lot of focus on Team Canada because I am Canadian. I do live in Alberta. I will be cheering for Team Canada. But my Oilers content won't stop either because there's a lot to discuss. And we're going to be nearing the trade deadline. Like the Oilers only have a few games left until the trade deadline. I think March 7th or something. I think the Oilers have 7 games until March 7th. So the trade deadline is going to be a big topic. I'd like to see the Oilers make a deal or two before the trade deadline because you want time to gel, right? You want your new acquisitions to gel with the rest of the lineup. You don't want to tweak things too much. So we'll leave it at that, folks. Thank you for watching. As always, I truly appreciate it. Your support means the world. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button as we climb our way to 5,000 subscribers. The goal is to hit 5,000 before the postseason. So I think we can do it. I know we can do it. You're the best fan base in the world. And it's a frustrating one. So please leave all of your comments in the, or all of your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll see you soon, Oil Country. Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers.